Vasudevendra yogendram Natva jnana pradam gurum Mumukshunam hitardhaya Tattva Bodho Vidhiyate.
Saluting my spiritual guru, Sri Vasudevendra, who bestows knowledge and is the best among yogis, I present this book Tattva Bodha, Knowledge of Reality, meant to benefit the seekers of liberation.
Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampanna Adhikarinam Moksha Sadhana Bhutam Tattva Viveka Prakaram Vakshyamaha.
In this book, we reveal the method of Tattva Viveka, that is, analysis of reality, which is the means of liberation and intended for the deserving ones who possess the fourfold qualifications or
Sadhana
sadhana.
Chatushtayam Kim.
What are the fourfold sadhanas?
Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivekaha Ihamuttradha Phalabhoga Viragaha Shamadi Shatka Sampattihi Mumukshutvam Cheti.
They are Viveka, the ability to distinguish between the permanent and impermanent; Viraga, dispassion towards pleasurable results, that is of karma, here and hereafter; the sixfold wealth like Shama, etc., and Mumukshutvam, desire for ultimate liberation.
Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivekaha Nitya Vastu Vekam Brahma Tad Vyatiriktam Sarvam Anityam Ayameva Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivekaha.
What is Eka of the permanent and the impermanent? The distinction between the permanent and impermanent is this: one Brahman alone is eternal, everything other than Brahman is non-eternal.
Viragaha kaha Ihamuttradha Phalabhoga Icha Rahityam.
What is viraga? It is the freedom from the desire for worldly and heavenly pleasures.
Shamadi Shatka Sampattihi ka Shamo Dama Uparama Titiksha Shraddha Samadhanam Chayiti.
What are the sixfold wealths beginning with Shama? The six are Shama, Dama, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, and Samadhana.
Shamakaha Mano Nigrahaha.
What is Shama? Regulation of the mind.
Damakaha Chakshuradi Bhashendriya Nigrahaha.
What is Dama? Regulation of the external sense organs like eyes, etc.
Uparamakaha Swadharma Anushtanameva.
What is Uparama? Indeed, it is fulfilling one's own swadharma or personal responsibilities.
Titiksha ka Shitoshna Sukhadukhadi Sahishnutvam.
What is Titiksha? The fortitude to endure the heat and cold, joy and sorrow, etc.
Shraddha Kidrushi Guru Vedanta Vakyadishu Vishwasaha Shraddha.
What is the nature of Shraddha? Shraddha is the trust in the words of the Guru and the Vedanta teachings.
Samadhanam Kim Chittaikagrata.
What is Samadhana? Single-pointedness of the mind.
Mumukshutvam Kim Moksho me bhuyat iti ichha.
What is Mumukshutvam? The intense desire I should gain ultimate liberation.
Yetat sadhana chatushtayam.
This is the fourfold sadhana.
Tataha tattva vivekasya adhikarino bhavanti.
Through this, people become qualified for Tattva Viveka.
Tattva vivekaha kaha Atma satyam तदन्यत् सर्वं मिथ्येति.
What is Tattva Viveka or inquiry into reality? Atma, the self, is Satyam, absolutely real. Everything other than Atma is Mithya, that is apparently real.
आत्मा कः? स्थूल सूक्ष्म कारण शरीराद् व्यतिरिक्तः पंचकोशातीतः सन् अवस्थात्रय साक्षी सच्चिदानंद स्वरूपः सन् यः तिष्ठति स आत्मा.
What is Atma? Atma is that which exists in the nature of Sat Chit Ananda, existence, consciousness, and fullness. Atma is different from the three bodies, gross, subtle, and causal. It is beyond or untainted by the five koshas, or covering sheets, as it were, and it is a witness of the three states of experience.
स्थूल शरीरं किं? पंचीकृत पंचमहाभूतैः कृतं सत्कर्मजन्यं सुखदुःखादि भोगायतनं शरीरम् अस्ति, जायते, वर्धते, विपरिणमते, अपक्षीयते, विनश्यति इति षड्विकारवत् एतत् स्थूल शरीरम्.
What is the Sthula Sharira or gross body? It is the physical body. It is subject to the six-fold modifications like being, birth, growth, transformation, decay, and death. The body is the physical abode that is required by the indweller to experiencing external joy, sorrow, etc. It is born of good karmas or subtle results earned from the past lives and is constituted of the five great elements that have divided and intermingled in a five-fold way.
सूक्ष्म शरीरं किं? अपंचीकृत पंचमहाभूतैः कृतं सत्कर्मजन्यं सुखदुःखादि भोग साधनं पंच ज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि पंच कर्मेन्द्रियाणि पंच प्राणादयः मनश्चैकं बुद्धिश्चैका एवं सप्तदशा कलाभिः सह यत्तिष्ठति तत् सूक्ष्म शरीरम्.
What is the Sukshma Sharira or subtle body? The subtle body is that which exists with 17 aspects, that is, 5 Jnanendriyas, 5 Karmendriyas, 5 Pranas, Manas, and Buddhi. It is a means for experiencing joy, sorrow, etc. Born of past karmas, it is constituted of the 5 original elements that have not gone through the process of five-fold division.
श्रोत्रं त्वक्चक्षुः रसना घ्राणम् इति पंच ज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि.
The 5 Jnanendriyas, organs of perception, are the ears, the skin, the eyes, the tongue, and the nose.
श्रोत्रस्य दिग्देवता त्वचो वायुः, चक्षुषः सूर्यः, रसनाया वरुणः, घ्राणस्य अश्विनौ.
The presiding deity, Devata, for the ears is Dik. The Devata for skin is Vayu. Devata for eyes is Surya. The Devata for the tongue is Varuna. The Devata for the nose are the Ashwini twins.
इति ज्ञानेन्द्रिय देवताः.
These are the presiding deities of the sense organs.
श्रोत्रस्य विषयः शब्दग्रहणं, त्वचो विषयः स्पर्शग्रहणं, चक्षुषो विषयः रूपग्रहणं, रसनाया विषयः रसग्रहणं, घ्राणस्य विषयः गन्धग्रहणम् इति.
The function of the ear is to grasp sound. The function of the skin is to feel touch. The function of the eye is to identify form. The function of the tongue is to gather taste. The function of the nose is to grasp smell.
वाक्पाणिपाद पायु उपस्थानीति पंचकर्मेन्द्रियाणि.
The 5 organs of action are the speech, the hands, the legs, the anus, and the sexual organ.
Vacho devata vannihi, hastayoho indraha, padayoho vishnuhu, payoho mrutyuhu, upasthasya prajapatihi.
The devata of the speech is Vanni. The devata of the hands is Indra. The devata of the feet is Vishnu. The devata of the anus is Mrityu. And the devata of the genital organ is Prajapati.
Iti kanmendriya devataha.
These are the presiding deities of the motor organs.
Vacho vishayaha bhashanam, panyoho vishayaha vastugrahanam, padayoho vishayaha gamanam, payor vishayaha malatyagaha, upasthasya vishayaha ananda iti.
The function of the speech is communication. The function of the hand is grasping objects. The function of the leg is motion. The function of the anus is excreting waste. The function of the genital organs is pleasure.
Karana shariram kim, anirvachya, anadya, avidya rupam, sharira dvayasya karanamatram, satsvarupa ajnanam, nirvikalpaka rupam, yadasti tat karana shariram.
What is the Karana Sharira or causal body? The causal body is something which is inexplicable and in the nature of beginningless, avidya, ignorance. It is the source of the other two bodies, gross and causal. It includes ignorance about the nature of the self and has an non-differentiated, unmanifest form.
Avastatrayam kim, jagrat swapna sushuptya avastaha.
What are the 3 states of experience? Jagrat, Swapna, and Sushupti. That is, waking, dream, and deep sleep are the 3 states.
Jagrat avastha ka, shrotradi jnanendriyehi, shabdadi vishayescha, jnayate iti, yatsa jagrat avastha.
What is Jagrat Avastha? That condition in which one is able to comprehend sense objects like sound, etc., through the sense organs like eyes and ears.
Sthola sharira abhimani atma vishwa iti uchyate.
The self identified with the physical body is called Vishwa.
Swapnavastha keti chet jagrat avasthayam yat drushtam yat shrutam tajjanita vasanaya nidra samaye yaha prapanchaha pratiyate sa swapnavastha.
If asked what is Swapna Avastha, we say it is a universe that appears to exist during sleep. It originates from the impressions of the objects that were seen or heard while one is in the waking condition.
Sukshma sharira abhimani atma taijasa iti uchyate.
The self identified with the subtle body is called Taijasa.
Atha sushuptyavastha ka aham kimapi na janami sukhena maya nidra anubhuyata iti sushuptyavastha.
Then, what is the Sushupti state? The deep sleep state is the experience which one refers to by the statements, I did not know anything and I experienced blissful sleep.
Karana sharira abhimani atma prajna iti uchyate.
The self identified with the causal body is called prajna.
Panchakoshaha ke annamaya, pranamaya, manomaya, vijnanamaya, anandamayascheti.
What are the 5 koshas? These are Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, and Anandamaya.
Annamaya kaha, annarasenaiva bhutva, अन्नरसेनैव वृद्धिं प्राप्य अन्नरूप पृथिव्यां यद्विलीयते तदन्नमयः कोशः स्थूलशरीरम्.
What is Annamaya Kosha or the food essence Kosha? The Annamaya is constituted of the physical body, which is born of food, grows to size through food, and returns back to the earth, which is a form of food.
प्राणमयः कः? प्राणाद्याः पञ्चवायवः वागादीन्द्रियपञ्चकं प्राणमयः कोशः.
What is Pranamaya? The 5 vital airs like prana, etc., and the sense organs like speech, etc., form the Pranamaya Kosha.
मनोमयः कोशः कः? मनश्च ज्ञानेन्द्रियपञ्चकं मिलित्वा यो भवति स मनोमयः कोशः.
What is Manomaya Kosha? The Manomaya Kosha consists of manas, that is mind, in association with the 5 sense organs.
विज्ञानमयः कः? बुद्धिज्ञानेन्द्रियपञ्चकं मिलित्वा यो भवति स विज्ञानमयः कोशः.
What is Vijnanamaya? The Vijnanamaya Kosha consists of the buddhi, that is the discerning faculty, in association with the 5 sense organs.
आनन्दमयः कः? एवमेव कारणशरीराभूता अविद्यास्थमलिनसत्त्वं प्रियादिवृत्तिसहितं सत् आनन्दमयः कोशः.
What is Anandamaya? Anandamaya Kosha consists of impure sattva, that is just a second. Sorry.
एतत् कोशपञ्चकम्.
One second. Which is rooted in avidya. What is Anandamaya? Anandamaya Kosha consists of impure sattva, that is rooted in avidya based causal body in association with varying degrees of feelings like fondness, joy, and ecstasy.
एतत् कोशपञ्चकम्.
This completes the 5 koshas.
मदीयं शरीरं मदीयाः प्राणाः मदीयं मनश्च मदीया बुद्धिः मदीयम् अज्ञानमिति. ओहो, मदीयम् अज्ञानमिति स्वेनैव ज्ञायते तद्यथा मदीयत्वेन ज्ञातं कटककुण्डलगृहादिकं स्वस्मात् भिन्नं तथा पञ्चकोशादिकं स्वस्मात् भिन्नं मदीयत्वेन ज्ञातम् आत्मा न भवति.
Things related to me are all known by me. Example, my body, my pranas, my manas, my buddhi, my ajnanam. As a rule, things possessed by me like my waistband, earring, house, etc., are known to be different from me. Similarly, the 5 koshas that are well known as belonging to me cannot be my nature.
आत्मा तैहिकः सच्चिदानन्दस्वरूपः.
If so, what is Atma? It is the nature of Sat Chit Ananda.
सत् किं कालत्रयेऽपि तिष्ठति इति सत्.
What is Sat? Sat or reality is that which exists in all 3 periods of time, past, present, and future.
चित् किं ज्ञानस्वरूपः.
What is Chit? It is one's own conscious nature.
आनन्दकः सुखस्वरूपः.
What is Ananda? It is one's pleased nature.
एवं सच्चिदानन्दस्वरूपं स्वात्मानं विजानीयात्.
Thus, may one know that Sat Chit Ananda nature to be one's own self.
अथ चतुर्विंशति तत्त्वोत्पत्ति प्रकारं वक्ष्यामः.
Now we are going to speak of the origin of creation in its 24 aspects.
Brahmashraya Satvarajastamo Gunatmika Maya Asti.
Maya, with its three gunas, constituents, that is sattva, cognition, rajas, effort, and tamas, inertia, exists as dependent on Brahman, the ultimate reality.
Tataha Akasha Sambhotaha. Akashad Vayuhu. Vayoho Tejaha. Tejasa Apaha. Adhya Prithvi.
Akasha, the space element, originated from that Brahman. From Akasha originated Vayu, the air element. From Vayu arose Tejas, the fire element. From Tejas came Apa, the water element. And from Apa came Prithvi, the earth element.
Etesham Panchatattvanam Madhye Akashasya Satvikamshat Shrotrendriyam Sambhotam. Vayoho Satvikamshat Tvagindriyam Sambhotam. Agnehe Satvikamshat Chakshurindriyam Sambhotam. Jalasya Satvikamshat Rasanendriyam Sambhotam. Prithivyaha Satvikamshat Granendriyam Sambhotam.
From among the sattva aspect of these five elements, the sattva aspect of space gave rise to the organ of hearing. From the sattva aspect of air emerged the organ of touch. From the sattva aspect of fire arose the organ of sight. From the sattva aspect of water emerged the organ of taste. And from the sattva aspect of earth arose the organ of smell.
Etesham Panchatattvanam Samashti Satvikamshat Mano Buddhya Hankara Chittanta Karanani Sambhutani.
From the combined sattva aspects of these five elements emerged the antahkarana, or the inner instrument, consisting of manas, buddhi, ahankara, and chitta.
Sankalpa Vikalpatmakam Manaha Nischayatmika Buddhihi
Manas,
Ahamkaraha Chintanakartru Chittam.
manas is of a vacillating nature, carried away by the pros and cons of situations. Buddhi has the nature of being decisive. Ahankara involves doership, as in, I am the agent of action. The faculty responsible for contemplation is chitta.
Manaso Devata Chandramaha Buddhehe Brahma Ahankarasya Rudraha Chittasya Vasudevaha.
The presiding devata of the manas is Chandrama, the moon. The devata of buddhi is Brahma, the firstborn. The devata of ahankara is Rudra. And the devata of chitta is Vasudeva.
Etesham Panchatattvanam Madhye Akashasya Rajasamshat Vagindriyam Sambhotam. Vayoho Rajasamshat Panindriyam Sambhotam. Vannehe Rajasamshat Padendriyam Sambhotam. Jalasya Rajasamshat Upasthendriyam Sambhotam. Prithivyaha Rajasamshat Gudendriyam Sambhotam.
From among the five elements, the rajas aspect of space gave rise to the speech organ. From the rajas aspect of air emerged the hands. From rajas aspect of fire rose the feet. From rajas aspect of water emerged the genital organ. And from the rajas aspect of earth arose the excretory organ.
Etesham Samashti Rajasamshat Panchapranaha Sambhotaha.
From the combined rajas aspect of the five elements originated the five pranas.
Etesham Panchatattvanam Tamasam Etesham Panchatattvanam Tamasamshat Panchekruta Pancha Tattvani Bhavanti.
From the combined tamas aspect of the five elements originated the five gross elements through the process of panchikarana, that is the 5-way division and mutual recombination.
पञ्चीकरणं कथमिति चेत् एतेषां पञ्चमहाभूतानां तामसांशस्वरूपम् एकमेकं भूतं द्विधा विभज्य एकमेकमर्धं पृथक् तूष्णीं व्यवस्थाप्य अपरमपरमर्धं चतुर्धा विभज्य स्वार्धमन्येषु अर्धेषु स्वभागचतुष्टय संयोजनं कार्यम्.
How does panchikarana occur? The tamas aspects of each of the 5 elements divides into 2 equal parts. While the first part of each is left intact, the second half further subdivides into 4 equal parts. Each of these 4 subdivided parts recombines with the first half of the other 4 elements respectively.
तथा पञ्चीकरणं भवति.
Thus, panchikarana, the 5-way division and mutual recombination is effected. The reconstituted element retains its own major half plus 1 subdivided part each taken from the other 4 elements. Consequently, each element is constituted of an admixture of all 5 elements.
एतेभ्यः पञ्चीकृत पञ्चमहाभूतेभ्यः स्थूलशरीरं भवति.
From these 5 reconstituted elements, the physical body is born.
एवं पिण्डब्रह्माण्डयोः ऐक्यं सम्भूतम्.
In this way, the individual and the cosmic creation emerge from the 5 elements.
स्थूलशरीराभिमानी जीवनामकं ब्रह्म प्रतिबिम्बं भवति.
The jiva or individual conscious self who identifies with the physical body is actually the reflection of Brahma, that is the universal consciousness.
स एव जीवः प्रकृत्या स्वस्मात् ईश्वरं भिन्नत्वेन जानाति.
This jiva indeed believes that Ishvara, that is the source of creation, to be basically different from himself.
अविद्योपाधिः सन् आत्मा जीवा इति उच्यते.
The Atma reflected in the avidya adjunct is known as jiva.
मायोपाधिः सन् ईश्वरः इति उच्यते.
The same when reflected in the Maya adjunct is called Ishvara.
एवं उपाधिभेदात् जीवेश्वरभेददृष्टिः यावत् पर्यन्तं तिष्ठति तावत् पर्यन्तं जन्म मरणादिरूप संसारो न निवर्तते.
Thus, as long as one believes that Jiva and Ishvara are different, a mistaken belief that occurs based on difference in adjuncts. Samsara, phenomenal existence of change and dependence, characterized by birth and death, does not cease.
तस्मात् कारणात् जीवेश्वरयोः भेदबुद्धिः न स्वीकार्या.
Hence, one should not subscribe to the belief in difference between Ishvara and Jiva.
ननु साहंकारस्य किंचिज्ञस्य जीवस्य निरहंकारस्य सर्वज्ञस्य ईश्वरस्य तत्त्वमसीति महावाक्यात् कथम् अभेदबुद्धिः स्यात् उभयोः विरुद्धधर्मक्रन्तत्वात्.
Doubt. How can the words of Upanishad like Tattvamasi give rise to knowledge of oneness between the Jiva and the Ishvara? The two possess mutually contradictory properties. The former, that is the Jiva, is characterized by ego and ignorance, whereas the latter is free from ego and is omniscient.
इति चेत् न स्थूल सूक्ष्म शरीराभिमाने त्वं पदवाच्यार्थः उपाधि विनिर्मुक्तं समाधिदशा संपन्नं शुद्धं चैतन्यं त्वं पदलक्ष्यार्थः.
The answer? No. So, the word Tvam in the sentence Tattvamasi literally denotes the self who is mistakenly identified with the physical and subtle bodies. But the implied meaning of the word Tvam indicated the self that is pure awareness, free from these adjuncts, as seen in the state of samadhi or self-knowledge.
Evam sarvajñatvad visishta ishvaraha tatpadavachyardaha upadishunyam shuddham chaitanyam tatpadalakshardaha.
Similarly, the literal word meaning of Tvam in the sentence Tat Tvam Asi denotes Ishvara endowed with qualities like omniscience, etc. But the implied meaning of Tat refers to the adjunct free pure awareness alone.
Evam cha jiveshwarayoho chaitanya rupena abhede badhaka bhavaha.
Hence, there is no obstacle to the knowledge of oneness between the pure consciousness that is the real nature of both Ishvara and Jiva.
Evam cha vedanta vakyaihi sadgurupadeshena cha sarveshvapi bhuteshu esham brahma buddhirutpanna te jivan muktaha ityardaha.
In this way, those who gain the vision of Brahman in all beings by the words of Vedanta and the teachings of the Guru become Jivan Muktas, that is, liberated even while alive.
Nanu jivan muktaha kaha
Who is the Jivan Mukta?
yatha dehoham purushoham brahmanoham shrudroham mahamasmiti dridhanischaya rupastatha naham brahmanaha na shudraha na purushaha kintu asangaha satchidananda swarupaha prakasha rupaha sarvantaryami chidakasha ruposmasmiti dridhanischaya rupo aparoksha jnanavan jivan muktaha.
Just as a layman firmly believes that I am the body, I am a person, I am Brahmana or I am Sudra, etc., the Jivan Mukta firmly recognizes that I am not a Brahmana or Shudra or a person. Rather, I am the nature of unassociated Sat Chit Ananda. I am effulgent in form, manifest in all beings, and consciousness without limits. Thus, the Jivan Mukta has the direct knowledge of the Atma.
Brahmaivahamasmiti aparoksha jnanena nikhila karma bandha vinmuktaha syat.
By the direct knowledge that I am indeed Brahman, the Jnani or knower becomes liberated from all bondage of karma.
Karmani katividhani santi iti chet.
How many types of karma are there?
Agami sanchita prarabdha bhedena trividhani santi.
There are three types of karma: Agami, Sanchita, and Prarabdha.
Jnanotpachanantaram jnanideha krutam punyapapam rupam karma yadasti tadagamichyabhidhiyate.
After acquiring self-knowledge, the actions that the Jnani does as an individual may result in subsequent punya or papa karmas. These karmas are called as agami karmas, that is, future karmas resulting from present activity.
Sanchitam karma kim?
What is Sanchita karma?
Ananta koti janmanam bijabhutam sat yat karma jatam purvarjitam tishtati tat sanchitam jneyam.
The karmas that are earned from past lives that exist in the seed form over countless number of lifetimes are known as Sanchita karma.
Prarabdham karma kimiti chet.
What is Prarabdha karma?
Idam shariram upadya idam shariram utpadya ihaloke evam sukha dukkhadi pradam yat karma tat prarabdham bhogena nashtam bhavati prarabdha karmanam bhogadeva kshayayati.
The karmas which are responsible for this body in this world and generate experiences of joy and sorrow are prarabdha karmas. These karmas get destroyed by living through experiences of joy and sorrow, since that is the only way to exhaust prarabdha karmas.
Sanchitam karma brahmaivahamasmiti nishchayatmika jnanena nashyate.
Sanchita karma gets destroyed by the ascertained knowledge that I am indeed Brahman.
Agami karma api jnanena nashyati kincha agami karmanam nalini dalagata jalavat jnaninam sambandho nasti.
Agami karma too gets destroyed by knowledge. Again, the Agami karma is part of appearance, not reality. Hence, it is not associated with a jnani. Just as the lotus leaf is not wetted by the water in which it grows.
Kincha ye jnaninam stuvanti bhajanti archayanti tan prati jnani krutam agami punyam gacchati.
Also, the jnani's Agami Punya karmas pass on to those who praise the jnani, seek him, and worship him.
Ye jnaninam nindanti dushanti dukha pradanam kurvanti tan prati jnani krutam sarvamagami kriyamanam yadavachyam karma papatmakam tad gacchati.
Those who censure the jnani, hate or trouble him, partake of the censurable Agami Papa karmas done by the jnani.
तथा च आत्मवित् संसारं तीर्त्वा ब्रह्मानन्दम् इहैव प्राप्नोति.
Thus, the knower of Atma crosses over samsara, that is, phenomenal existence of birth and death, and gains ananda or fullness of Brahman in this very life.
तरति शोकम् इति श्रुतेः.
There is a quotation from the scripture or Shruti to this effect. The knower of the self crosses over sorrow.
तनुं त्यजतु वा काश्यां स्वपचश्च गृहेत वा ज्ञान संप्राप्ति समये मुक्तासौ विगताशयः इति स्मृतेश्च.
The Smriti or supporting text too says the Jnani may die in Kashi or in a dog eater's home. Yet there is no doubt that the person is liberated at the same moment that knowledge arises.
इति तत्त्वबोध प्रकरणं समाप्तम्.
Thus, the topic Tattva Bodha is concluded.
ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.